Welcome to the live look-in. Glad to have you here. Just hang on a couple minutes while we get things set. EB, it sounded like you were setting off firecrackers a second ago.
Bubble wrap, my friend.
Oh, bubble wrap. That's what it was. Yeah, there we go.
I ordered something online. Remember Woot? Remember when Woot was good?
Oh, yes, I do remember. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now it's just Amazon.
Yes. Yep.
So I ordered something off of Woot, and it came, and it says it's new on the website, but it's obviously refurbished. Like it wasn't sitting in the. It was like sitting in the package, funny, and the box wasn't even sealed.
Weird.
And it had white stickers over the actual labels and things. So it was like, what are you all doing?
I've been hearing a lot of that happening at different retailers where they will sell you something as if it's new, but it's been refurbished and they don't tell you, or it's something that's been opened
and returned, right?
And returned, and they don't tell you, and so like things don't sit quite right in the packaging. And
that's exactly this. Yep, it was obviously not assembled by either a machine or a Chinese person. It was a person who shipped it back.
Yeah, and I'm hearing obvious. that happens sometimes with expensive stuff like video equipment and stuff.
This was a pair of those, the bone conduction earphones.
Oh yes.
Headphones that are like the cool thing. Yeah, a pair of those. And now I got to go to the UPS store to return it.
I hate when that happens. Yeah, I just had to do a bunch of UPS returns for stuff, and just some big things too.
You haven't heard anything from SeaWorld?
Nothing at all. So I've got to follow up with them and see what's going on. Yeah, and if worse comes to worse, we just do what we do. But maybe they want to talk about it as it gets closer too. But it's starting to get closer, so.
Well, yeah, and
the time is now. So yeah, we'll get in. I'll get into that this week. I've got a little bit of extra time that I can do that. So.
And I don't suppose the Jesse Thorne producer got back to you. I don't know what
happened with that. That's weird because they asked for all that information and then nothing.
Yeah, it seemed enthusiastic. Maybe they're just putting us on the schedule. Like if he has like 50 that he's doing and he's doing one a week for the next year.
Yeah, maybe.
Like that's the only thing I can think of.
I'll write her back and just be like, hey, what's the deal? Because we want to put it on our schedule too.
Yeah, you're not the only one with a schedule.
Yeah. But it seemed weird to be that excited and be like, okay, here's what I need to know, and then to not do it.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah.
And I checked, and we do actually air his show on our station. So.
Good. That's good. Well, tonight should be easy. It's kind of just a recap of all some news, but then the recap of all the possibilities for best new attraction of the year. But I was thinking what we would do is like pick and choose what goes on the poll that we send out to the listeners.
Yeah, we'll do the nominations.
Yeah. But then you and I get to choose those.
Yeah. My decorations aren't staying up in the wind. I'm very annoyed.
Oh, yeah. By the way, how are things at the university with how well Indiana's doing? Crazy times over there?
Yeah, everybody's loving it. The IU president, that's all she does now. They linked her contract with Signetti.
Oh, yeah, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. So Signetti's got a 10-year contract now. And his buyout is huge, like many, 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 many millions.
Yeah.
But in the contract, he wrote into it that if Pam Whitten leaves the university, his buyout shrinks dramatically.
Oh, so he could leave too if
So
he, yeah.
their fates are tied. So and
Yeah.
everybody hates Pam Whitten. She's a horrible president. She's awful. But
Oh,
now she's tied herself directly with this winning football
yeah.
coach.
Wow.
So she's like, "That's
Interesting.
my job security. I'm a horrible
Yeah,
person."
right? Yeah. Smart. Interesting, though. All righty. You let me know when you are ready and we can just
Yeah, man.
knock this out, man. It should be pretty
Mm-hmm.
simple
Yeah, ready.
as we're wrapping up here the season.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Looking forward to it. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the original theme park podcast. You are listening to Coaster Radio. My name is Mike. I am here with my friend EB. It's December. It's cold for the first time in a long time. I've got a heater down here in the Coaster Radio studio, but it does not matter, EB. It's time to talk theme parks and thrill rides.
Yeah, that's right. And this is, you say it's the end of the year. We are doing all of our end of the year stuff. We did our holiday gift guide last week. This week we're talking about the ultimate, which is going to be coming next week. But we're talking about the Coaster Radio Best New Attraction Awards. That's going to be the second half of the show. That's always something that we do here at the turn of the year.
Yeah, but it's been a couple weeks since we've talked news because last week we had the holiday gift guide. The week before that was Thanksgiving. The week before that we were doing something else. So there's some news that's built up, and we got to get to it here at the show.
All right, first drop.
Yeah, we were so busy that Six Flags went ahead and got themselves a new CEO, and we haven't even had a chance to comment on it yet. So it's like you say, what, Coaster Radio, last week's news today, or in this case,
last week's news today, last month's news today.
Last month's news today.
That's fine. That's fine. John C. Reilly, my favorite actor from the Holmes and Watson movie.
That's right.
Is the new CEO of Six Flags. It's so great.
He was great in Boogie Nights. I enjoyed him so much. And now,
sure, Walk Hard.
Yeah. That's right.
Wasn't that him?
Yeah. The Dewey something story.
The Dewey
Cott
story.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
John C. Reilly named the new, and people are, I hope there's nobody out there like, well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it is.
If that football guy bought up all that stock, maybe he's making some moves.
For all we know, maybe he's a big theme park fan. Aside from acting and doing comedy with Will Ferrell, he's.
I don't have a John C. Reilly voice, so you're not getting that.
I know that's a hard one to do.
Not that it matters, because I don't do the good voices anyway. I can
no, you do.
I'm John C. Reilly. I run Six Flags now.
That would be funny if there was like a John C. Reilly impersonator that we could have. Come on, but no, it's a different John Reilly in this case, and he's been appointed the new CEO. What was he? He's got 30 years of industry experience, which is great because I think the last couple people who were in charge weren't necessarily amusement park and theme park and industry people. They came from other places. Let's see. He was the former CEO of Palace Entertainment.
Good.
Later, the COO of Parks Rionados after Palace was sold to Herschend. Before that, he had roles as the COO and interim CEO at SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment. So he's done a lot of different things here, EB. And overall, I think people are optimistic about this. Even Jana Partners, the activist investor group who has like a little over 9% stake in Six Flags, they've publicly applauded his hiring. So take that for however you want it. But a lot of people saying that this might be the guy to help turn things around. But then again, there's some skepticism out there too, EB. If you go and check out what some Parks fans are saying, some are a little worried about some of his past decisions at other parks and things. But I think overall, there's some optimism out there.
Yeah, I think so. I think just the fact that this is a park guy who built a lot of roller coasters at SeaWorld, that makes enthusiasts feel good about this. I think just those two things right there are enough. Right? It's not a fast food CEO. It's not somebody who's a fixer or somebody who liquidates things, or somebody who's known for layoffs and closing up things. This is somebody who knows the parks. Yeah, at least has been in the parks. Right?
Yeah.
I don't see any problem with this.
Yeah, the park fan seems to be excited that he could help stabilize things and also improve relations. But I've also been reading that some people are worried that he might double down on the cost cutting, and having those closures of different attractions or interesting things in the parks, less entertainment, maybe some park experiences that we're all used to, being scaled down. So I think we're going to see. But he's got a big job in front of him, especially post merger. There being some debt. He's got a lot that he's got to clean up. So, but I like the fact that it's somebody with amusement industry experience in that role.
Yeah, and it's a huge portfolio of parks also, right? Since the merger, and so I think that's one of the things is the parks now they're still struggling to figure out who they are.
Yeah.
And is he going to be able to do that? Is he going to be able to say,
Right.
this is who we are now? Or is it going to be like dividing the parks up into different classifications? Like, all right, this is a family park. This is truly a local park. This is a
Sure.
regional park. This is the big time thrill park. We're going to start seeing some of that, I think, happen. And that is going to involve parks closing or parks losing things or parks. All parks are not going to be the same. And I
Yeah.
think
Right.
that's probably what a lot of enthusiasts kind of wish and want,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is they want their local park to get stuff. They want their own park to be, elevated. They want their park to be the best park. And I don't think all the parks should be treated the same. And I think this guy might come in, and if he's making some hard decisions as a new guy, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah. Because I
Greater
think
differentiation, I think.
yeah, when you look at all of these parks now that they've merged, there are definitely ones that are like the parks that you travel to from around the world and around the country, right? Like the big destination parks.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, what would those be? Like Cedar Point for sure. You might even throw Kings Island in there, but probably probably Knott's. Knott's is one that you would travel to. Maybe one of the ones in Texas. I don't know. But then you've got your regional ones like Great Adventure, Carowinds. But then you've got ones that are just kind of like the smaller parks. And so, yeah, it's
I mean, when you're
interesting. Yeah.
talking about the GP, I think generally speaking, nobody's going to any of them like
Right.
that.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't know if any park elevates to that, because if I'm going to California as a member of the GP, I'm going to Universal or Disney.
Right.
Right. I think the only non-Disney Universal parks that are actual destination parks would be Dollywood and Silver Dollar City.
I think
Like
so.
I know members of the GP that have traveled to both of those parks. I don't know any member of the GP that was like, "Hey, we're planning a family trip to Carowinds. It's going to be amazing."
Right. Right.
No, that doesn't happen.
I would say Cedar Point, though. Cedar Point has, I
Cedar
think,
Point,
but not really. Not everybody I
of all
talk
of
to
of
knows
all of
Cedar
them,
Point.
Cedar
Yeah.
Point would be the only one.
Yeah.
Maybe Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
Those would be the only ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
it is interesting, and it is interesting when we talk about the parks, um, and differentiating the parks, right? I'm thinking about Six Flags America, Six Flags Great America outside of Chicago,
yeah.
Michigan's Adventure, and Cedar Point, right? These are parks that are all kind of close-ish enough together that Cedar Cedar Fair, they had two of them. Six Flags had one of them, but now the one company has all three. And Six Flags Great America and Cedar Point,
Yeah.
they kind of do the same thing, or at
Mhm.
least they try to. And so, are they going to reduce down Great America because it's its own competition?
Maybe.
Right,
Maybe.
and that's what we've talked about with some of these parks being close together now in the same family. And I do think you're going to see differentiation of in the park. So like Michigan's Adventure isn't going to get better; it's going to get worse.
Hmm.
That kind of thing.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the new guy does, though.
It will be
And
interesting to see.
yeah, and will any of these parks get sold? And I think there are buyers out there. Like we're seeing.
We
What was
don't
it?
want to compete against ourselves. We'd rather
Yeah.
sell and compete against you, right?
Yeah, weren't we seeing like Hershend buy up more
Mhm.
parks and stuff? Yeah, so you never know. You never know. It's going to be interesting this next, 5 to 10 years or so to see what
Mhm.
happens. Speaking of interesting, you mentioned Six Flags America a second ago. What's going on there? What's going on with all the rides and attractions? And there's a little bit of news, EB, about what's happening with some of the flats that were originally in the Maryland park.
Oh, well, let's get to that with quick hits.
Quick hits.
Yeah, so I was really curious. I knew, and I think you were agreeing with me, right? Like the roller coasters probably weren't going anywhere.
No.
We thought maybe, if anything, the Wild Mouse would, or something that would be easy to pick up and move. But the flat rides, especially some of the ones that were put in within the last like 4 to 5 years, I was
The
thinking,
new ones.
yeah, those were prime to be picked up and moved to parks that need them.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about like King's Dominion, for instance. Like there's some flat rides that have been lost there, and there's these big empty plots of lands you could put down a Zamperla Nebulas, where the
Sure.
Berserker used to be. Sure, why not? So I was for sure thinking that would happen. But back in early December, three of the rides, the Ragin' Cajun, which is the Zamperla spinning twister coaster,
Yep.
the Harley Quinn Spinsanity, which was a Zamperla Discovery, and the Steam Whirler, which was one of those Zamperla Nebulas, they were put up for sale on one of those used ride marketplaces, which
So
surprised
that's
me that happened. Yeah.
that's the Wild Mouse and two of those newer rides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So those were put up for sale, but then it's been reported they were like up on amusement-rides.com, but now they've been removed from the website. So the question is, did somebody snap those up and buy them so they're not available anymore, or did Six Flags pull them back down? Maybe
And
because
change their mind?
yeah, change their mind because like, hey, these are brand new rides, pretty much. Probably don't have a lot of wear and tear on them. Couldn't they go to 3 parks, 2 parks? Aren't there parks that could use those rides without having to pay top dollar for a brand new one?
And that does not seem like the kind of thing that would happen with a company like Six Flags, that they would go all the way to the point of writing up the listing and actually posting the listing, and then like, actually take it down, change their minds. Like, it's not two guys in a basement.
Right, exactly.
Somebody bought them. I think somebody bought them. They probably listed them for a good price, and somebody bought them.
I think so too. I think people snapped them up.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially that Steam Whirler, wasn't that like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a deal.
If I could get that for a deal and put that in my park, if I'm even a small park or something, I'm probably doing it. So it'll be interesting to see if we can figure out where they went.
Right.
Because or did for some reason, like somebody at Six Flags say, hey, who's the dumbass who put those up for sale? Like, let's get them back. It's like
it was probably just some park guy who works there, and he was like, well, they're closing anyway, might as well sell them.
Yeah, sell them. Make a few bucks.
He thought he could meet the truck outside and get a wad of cash. He'd just take it down before my boss gets back.
I love it. Here's another story I love. I love it when the small guy, the little man, takes up his goes for his rights, wants his rights, and tries to go up against the government. I love it.
Oh, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
That's right. That's right. Okay. But this is the roller coaster version of that. Up in Pennsylvania, a man refurbished and rebuilt some rides that I believe he just bought.
I remember this story.
Yeah, maybe at one of these ride clearinghouses. So he had an Alan Herschel carousel and also a small roller coaster that he had been reworking and rebuilding over the past 2 years. Finally, the local county came in and said, hey, you're in violation of the zoning laws, and that these rides are on land that were supposedly only for agricultural purposes. So they were going to make the man take the rides down.
Yes, and I'm trying to remember exactly what the argument he was making. These aren't permanently installed. I think that was part of his argument, was that these are carnival rides, these are traveling rides, and so they're not necessarily permanently installed. They're also for personal use.
Right.
And so what's stopping me from, putting something out there? It's no different than if you put a swing set out there, it's just a much larger version of that. But yeah, I guess, did he get victory in the courts?
He has victory. Yeah. So the coaster is allowed to stay up. He's been issued an official permit to keep it. So now he and his grandchildren not only have the carousel, but he's got a little backyard roller coaster. I like this story, man. And it's like, it's on his own private property. It's not like somebody's going to like come across it and hop on it. Like it's on his farm.
Yeah. And I'm seeing now that, yes, exactly what you're saying is what it was, is the property that he was putting these on was zoned for agricultural. His home property is adjacent to it.
Yeah. Yep.
And so if he had put them in his backyard, it would have been fine, but he didn't. He put it on this other parcel. Well, his solution, he merged the two parcels.
There you go. Yep.
There you go. He solved it. That's how he did it.
So I like that.
Good on him, Michael Chorba.
But he did what we always talk about doing, buying one of those traveling carnival rides that's for sale and putting it on your land. And so,
absolutely. Tinkering on it and getting it figured out. Yeah, I remember this story from earlier this year.
I could see you doing that, man. You've got some some acreage out there.
I got an acre. I could do it.
You could put like a small coaster out there.
I was just talking with somebody today about how I used to want to have a zoo.
Oh yeah, that's a good
But
idea.
like, but my own personal zoo
Mm-hmm.
where I would have animals that live here, and so
Yes.
like I would just catch a rabbit
Yeah, put it in the
and then
zoo. Yeah.
and put it in an enclosure, a very
Yeah.
good zoo, a very nice zoo where it would have a happy, protected life in a natural environment that put a raccoon in an enclosure, put a possum. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like catch the critters around my property
And
just
treat them nice. Yeah.
and treat them nicely, give them
Yeah.
a nice, happy, safe life.
Yeah, because
You don't
that
have to get wild
raccoon.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The raccoon's gonna be like, hey, I don't have to go scrounging around for food. My friend EB
exactly.
is gonna give me some food. Yeah.
And you got a really nice place.
Yeah.
I'll set you up nice.
Yeah, I bet you'd get in like a heating lamp. It'd be warm in the winter. It'd
It'd
be
be
nice.
delightful. It would
Yeah.
be
I
delightful.
like
And my
that.
own personal little zoo, my
Yeah.
own menagerie.
Yeah, and then people could come visit the zoo and be nice. I like that. The EB Zoo. That's good.
Sure. And then I
That's
get a
good.
roller coaster.
Yes. Speaking of furry critters, the
Nice.
Muppets are being added to Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney's Hollywood Studios. They finally shut down the iconic pre-show
Mm-hmm.
with Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, you used to walk into like the recording studio and you could see Aerosmith behind the glass, recording, and then they're like, "Hey man, we got to go to the concert and smoke some weed," or
No, they
whatever
did
they
not say
said.
that.
Yeah, and then oh hey, let's send our fans with us with the super stretch limo. So anyway, that has been walled off now. That whole pre-show is gone because they're putting the Muppets into that pre-show and into the ride. My question for you is though, we've had a discussion about the Muppets before, and the Muppets, like when we were growing up, they were culturally
Mm-hmm.
relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Are they now? Are they now? Because I know they keep trying to reboot the Muppets, and they tried with the movie, and then they tried with a TV show, and it was mildly successful. But is this going to be something that appeals to the younger generations? Like, I know it's going to appeal to like people our age and older, but kids, are they going to go in there and like care about Kermit and Miss Piggy and the Electric Mayhem on this ride?
No, no, no.
I, I,
I think
yeah.
this is right in line with the Peanuts and Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. These are our things, right, or even our parents' things.
Yeah.
They're not doing the modern stuff in the parks, and I think part of the reason why is because it's not for the decision makers are not the kids. The
Yeah.
decision makers are the parents, and
Yeah.
so it's the parents' IP that they're putting into this.
My two girls know Kermit the Frog because I have a giant Kermit the Frog doll
And
that
you
I
show
wanted.
them, right, and you
Yeah.
show it to them, and you
Right.
get it, and you
Yeah.
watch it. Just like the Charlie Brown special, or
Yep.
yeah, whatever. Hmm.
They would not know Kermit the Frog otherwise. It's only because I've got this big thing that I won at Dave and Buster's 10 years ago, and it's still in the house. And frankly, it's kind of smelly now, like because I had it like in the basement for a while, so it's like become musty. So I don't know. It's like I don't know if he should hang around, but I would miss him if he's gone. But
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
But
so
but
yeah,
you're
but
not you don't watch the new Muppet stuff because it's
no,
not great.
no, I didn't watch that Muppets show that they had on the sitcom thing. I
Yeah,
didn't
they
watch
tried that.
that. Um, I don't know, man. But I mean, I love it from my youth. I love
Of
I
course.
remember it in Sesame Street and all that stuff. So yeah, so I'll be excited, especially because you and I talked about we both love the Electric Mayhem and how
Oh, yeah,
ridiculous that is.
absolutely. And
Yeah, and like it's caught in the '70s, which is so great. But I'm curious to see if this is really going to work and what we'll never know the internal numbers at Disney, like what the guest satisfaction is, especially for anybody 20 and younger. But I'd be interested to know those numbers.
yeah, and it will be interesting to see how exactly they implement the Muppets in an attraction like this. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
we've seen the Muppets in attractions before, right? But are we going to get to see the Muppets just from the waist up? Are they going to be walking around? Are they going to be moving? Are they going to be
right.
practical? Are they going to be screens? A combination of all of those things. Are we going to get some live actors, right? Like we did at the
Oh yeah,
theater,
yeah,
right?
maybe,
That sort
yeah.
of thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's just going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to
It'll be
watch.
interesting. Yep. So let's take a break. When we come back, we've got the Coaster Radio mailbag. That'll be great, especially as we're wrapping up season 20 here. There's just 3 shows left, including this one here in this year and in season 20. We'll also tell you more about the finals of the Ultimate, which are taking place next week here at Coaster Radio. So we'll tell you a little bit about that. And then in 2 weeks, it's the season 20 finale, where we are going to unveil the coasterradio.com best new attraction of 2025. And that's a discussion that you and I need to have after the break, EB, because we have to finalize the nominees that the audience will vote for during the next 2 weeks.
Great. Let's do that.
Got a lot to do, and we'll do it right after this.
This is Coaster Radio.
All right.
Are you hearing like a...
I'm not. Nope.
Not at all during that last break?
Are you hearing it?
I was. I'm not hearing it now.
I'm not hearing. I didn't hear it in my headsets.
It almost sounded like you had like a pen in your lap and you were clicking it.
Oh, I am. It was me doing it. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, it was.
I was playing with it.
It was a pen.
Yeah, it was a pen. I'm sorry. I'll set it down.
Oh wow.
Was that coming through the mic?
I mean, just because I have headphones on.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was stupid.
No,
I couldn't hear it, but I couldn't hear it through the mic. But yeah, I was just playing with it. I shouldn't have done that.
That's so funny.
Oh, that was so dumb because I know better than to make a clicking sound, but it was more just me like doing it as a shit. What was that? This monorail fell. Yeah, it was me just doing it like as I was talking. All right, I've set it down now though.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
We got a calendar. That's what I'm going to open here.
Oh, great. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the original theme park podcast. You are listening to Coaster Radio. My name is Mike. I am here with my friend EB. Like we said right before the break, this is the we got 3 episodes left.
Yes.
Here in season 20, which I can't believe it. So, all in all, what episode number is this? 44. Then we've got 45, 46. So there'll be 46 episodes in season 20. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna end it with a bang here because tonight we're gonna talk about the nominations for the 2025 Coaster Radio Best New Attraction of the Year Award.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to get through all that. We're gonna go through pretty much everything that's been released this year in terms of new rides. And I don't know what you think, EB. How many nominees should there be? Like, I'm feeling like there should be 5, but there are a lot of great rides. Maybe we should open that up a little bit more.
I'm looking at the list. I'm looking ahead at the list, and I think we don't have to say that how many. I think we can just kind of go through the list and say worthy, not worthy, and see how many we end up with.
Yeah, okay, good.
We might just pick the winner tonight.
Hey, yeah, that's true. Save ourselves some
None
trouble.
of these are any good.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So that's coming up in just a few minutes. So that will happen in 2 weeks. But next week, it is the finals of our year-long game show, The Ultimate. It's finally here.
This is so exciting. So yeah, The Ultimate is a game show where we're trying to find not only the ultimate theme park and roller coaster fan, but also the ultimate fan of Coaster Radio, the ultimate listener. So we've been doing trivia games with all of our listeners, 100 seats each round of 5 rounds, Mike?
Yes.
5 rounds.
Yep, 5
oh my
total.
Gosh. And we've already done 5 rounds, so we have 5 champions that are going into the finals. And the finals are next week. And this is going to be fun. What's the format of this, Mike? Is it going to be head-to-head trivia with these 5? Are we going to open it up to the listeners and let them participate too? And how are we doing this? How do we crown the ultimate?
So what we're going to do, and tell me what you think about this too, because you and I have to talk offline about the format, but it isn't going to be the exact same format as the qualifying rounds.
Mm-hmm.
What I was thinking is that this would be a little bit like Squid Games, where we have 4 rounds, and every round someone is eliminated, to where we get to the final round and it's just 2 people left. And
2
each
people
round
playing
is
marbles.
Yes. And each round is a little bit different. Some of it is trivia. Some of it is just pure dumb luck. And we go on and on. But I think there are going to be some opportunities, and this is where everybody's got to sign up for our email list, because there is an opportunity, I think, for people who aren't necessarily finalists to take part in it and possibly win a prize themselves.
Oh, I like that. Somewhere in there has to be like a listener controlled round of some sort. So yes, go get on the mailing list if you're not already. Go to coasterradio.com, find the contact link, and then you'll fill out the form. You'll be on the email list. You'll find out how to do it. It is going to be next week. Are we locking in Wednesday, Mike? Probably, right?
Yeah, I think so. We've got to talk with all the the finalists themselves to make sure that they can make it. But I would say our normal record time is Wednesdays at 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
So I say we
Eastern
do
time.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's probably going to be it. But get on the email list to be sure, because I do want the listener participation portion of this to happen. Mike, I've been seeing on TikTok. Have you seen the slap fights? Where
Yes,
it's
I
kind of
have
like
seen
a
that,
format
yes.
where they could do arm wrestling, but instead of
Yep.
arm wrestling, they put one arm up and then they just smash the other person with their hand.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes.
I think that could be around.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that over the phone though.
Yeah, I've also been like thinking, and maybe you help me figure out how to do this, but I like that throughout every round of the Ultimate you were playing, and that if you won, you would have knocked somebody out. So somehow I want you to play at least in one of the rounds to have the possibility of knocking one of the finalists out. I find that interesting that you could play and affect the game somehow. I don't know. I'd like to think about that a little bit throughout this week. So
yeah, okay. We can do some really interesting things here. This could be a lot of fun. Okay,
Yeah.
we got a week to figure it out. Not like we had a year to figure this out.
yes, exactly, right? Yeah.
Not like we had a year to figure this out.
Yeah.
We now have a week to figure this
Yeah,
out.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go. So if you guys out there, some of you creatives out there have an idea for like a round of the game, something that we could do with these 5 people, email it to us at feedback@coasterradio.com. We're literally creating the game this week. So it should be fun. But I bet you some people out there have some ideas. I've been kicking around ideas on my commute into work. So we'll come out with some fun stuff, but it will be different than the previous rounds. Should be good.
Love that. Love that. Love that interactivity part that we're going to try and get in there. That's so much fun. The interactivity is the best part, Mike. My favorite way that we interact with our fans is the Coaster Radio mailbag.
Oh, it's mailbag time, hooray! Join the fun, let's hear what you say.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the short version. I like the extra long version, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'll put it back into the machine, and then you could choose. Like maybe one show you're feeling the long one, or other ones you might feel the short one. So yeah.
It's more about how I feel about being mean to the listeners.
Yeah.
And making them,
sit through the real long
I know.
one.
I know. I like it. I know they don't like it.
My favorite thing is there is a version of it that's like 4 verses. Like we could just play the whole 2-minute song. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Last week we did the Coaster Radio Holiday Gift Guide, and I knew that some gifts would be coming in late, but we did get a nice thing in the mail here. P.O. Box, coasterradio.com, P.O. Box 3399, Bloomington, Indiana 47402. You can send us stuff in the mail. Just send us a nice note. Tell us how you like us. Send us a Christmas card.
Oh, yeah.
Send me a raccoon warming pad for my zoo.
Yes, right? For the nice raccoon to sit on.
Ironically, somebody who does not like zoos wants to build a zoo.
Yeah, have your own zoo, yes. That is ironic. That is ironic, actually, yeah.
Well, it would be a nice zoo, that's why. All right.
You would be helping the animals, not just exploiting.
Mike and EB, once again, sending you guys our yearly calendar this year, along with our usual fan-submitted photos edition. We also did a Cedar Point at Night edition featuring only shots of the park after dark. As always, thanks for all you do, and especially for featuring us in this year's holiday gift guide. Happy holidays. Visit cprundown.com/store to check them out.
Okay, there we go.
And here we go. Here's a couple of nice calendars. 2026 CP Rundown at Night.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Look at that. Good.
And these are all Cedar Point. Look at that. That's cool.
Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And then
that's great.
The 2026 CP Rundown calendar.
Oh, great. Okay.
Or fan photos.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Very nice.
It's
Yeah.
got a giant skeleton in October.
That's good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Look, behind the scenes in the shop.
Oh, cool.
That's a cool picture.
Yeah, nice. Is that during the winter? Yeah, because that's what they do there in the winter is the refurb.
In February. Yeah. So,
yeah,
very cool.
We will add that to the gift guide, and the gift guide is still up. You just go to giftguide.coasterradio.com, and the Coaster Radio Holiday Gift Guide is still there. A lot of people last week enjoying the YouTube version of that, EB, that you could go to YouTube and actually see all of the gifts being presented as we talked about them here on the show.
Very nice. Thank you to everybody who submitted stuff, and thanks for checking out the gift guide, and thanks to our friends at CP Rundown.
Yeah, and if you're listening to the show right now the traditional way, like just as an audio podcast, you might want to seek out the video version here in just a little bit, because as we talk about the best new attractions of 2025, where it makes sense, we're actually going to try to show some video of those, especially of some of the roller coasters, trying to use video from inside the parks when they post it themselves. And, then we are able to kind of comment on them. So what we are going to do right now is this is something we do every year. It's the one award we give out. Like we don't do a whole award show, but we always try to give away an award at the end of the year for the best attraction that debuted that year. And so we've got to go through these all right now because there were a lot. When you take a look at this list here, EB, there are a ton of rides, roller coaster and flat rides and dark rides, a whole bunch of different things. So why don't we just go down the list here? And it's, of course, it's not like, inclusive of everything. It's not like we're not really talking about everything that happened in Europe. There was a lot there, but I think these are the ones that make the most sense for our show and the majority of the audience here.
We've already made a first cut. This is already a curated list here. And we're not doing categories, right? We're doing one singular best new attraction. So we do have them broken up into non-coaster and roller coasters sections here, but we are doing one award. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, so it's hard because how do you compare this first one here from Epic Universe, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment? How do you compare that with a roller coaster? You really can't, but you're looking at things overall. Like, what was the best new attraction in terms of being innovative in its category? I think that's what we're really looking for. What was the one that had the most, that made the audience and people, going to ride these things get excited and get hyped up and then lived up to that hype? I think that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. The best execution of the concept, I think, is part of it. I think something that people are the most excited about, that they're happy happened, right? Like if it's awesome that this ride exists because it in 2025, I think it's interesting. We don't really have a rubric here, do we?
Right. We don't. No. And I think it changes.
Going on vibes.
Yeah. It's really, what ride lived up to the hype, what ride really impressed people, what ride used new technology, what ride really made a difference to the park that it's in. It's kind of like the Heisman Trophy Award a little bit, like where you give it to somebody.
Just kind of feel it.
Yeah, you just sort of feel it. Like
All right.
The Heisman could be given to a defensive player or an offensive player, depending on the situation. That's kind of what we're doing here. So up first at Epic Universe, I mean, you could just look at that whole park as maybe the best new attraction, but some of the rides in there, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, a lot of people loving that ride, and it's a complicated ride, but they really have it running well with a lot of uptime. Even though there's a lot of animatronics, there's a lot of KUKA robo arms moving in there, but a lot of people loving that ride, EB.
This is a good one. And I think, like we talked about, our first round here is just going to be a thumbs up, thumbs down. Does this get a nomination? Does this proceed to the poll? I think for right now, let's move this one forward.
Yeah, I think so, right? I agree with you completely. And as we do this, I'm going to highlight them right here so we sort of know which ones are. Another one at Epic Universe, Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. This is interesting to talk about because, again, it's on the same level as Monsters Unchained. It has a fantastic pre-show where you walk into the Ministry of Magic and you go through the Flu network, and that's so cool. The ride itself, the little bit that I've seen, I've tried so hard not to watch too much, but it's innovative. It uses a ton of screens, but they've also had some downtime and stuff too. So I don't know if we put both of these in, but maybe we do because they are such innovative rides. But I like it. I like it a lot. I like what they did with it.
Well, and is this? I mean, the ride vehicle is really weird and really interesting, right? This 14-passenger enchanted elevator, I guess is what it is, or a lift, Mike.
Yes, that's right, a lift.
That's on a scissor lift of sorts. That's on wheels.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's not a KUKA robo arm, but I have not ridden Monsters Unchained. I have not ridden this, so I don't really know what the experience is like. So that's going to be tricky too, is if we haven't ridden these things, and maybe we'll have to rely on the listener feedback here, with the polls.
I think so.
This.
I think we really will. So this is one I'd like to move forward to, just because it is a headliner.
Yep.
I
think you have to.
So why don't we do that? Another one that we talked about with Arthur Levine back when we were looking ahead was Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. And I mean, that's an interesting ride, but also a ride that kind of debuted years ago and just got put into Epic Universe. So I don't know how you
I'm-
feel, but
I'm okay to pass on this one.
Yeah, I
I'm
think-
okay to pass on this one.
I think so
The
too.
Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. I got to ride it, and I rode the one in California, and it lived up to the current hype.
Yeah.
Right. I remember this thing was hyped up before it was built, and then when it was built and people rode it, they were like, "Oh, it's not really what I thought it was gonna be. It's
Yeah, right.
slow, and the AR doesn't really work." And yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
fine. I mean, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
fun, but I would be just as happy doing a Sally Dark ride instead of having the goggles and the whole
yeah.
thing.
All right.
Really.
Yeah. So we'll move on then. Staying with Universal, I mean, they had a major attraction open in Las Vegas, Universal Horror Unleashed, which was, kind of an amazing idea and a big undertaking there. I'm hoping to get to it when I'm out in Las Vegas in April. Really excited about that. From what I've heard, people are enjoying it because it is like a Halloween Horror Nights year round. They've got a great restaurant there. There's, lots of good actors and interesting things happening. So I'm excited to try it out for myself, and I'd like to put it, even though it's kind of maybe it does work as best new attraction of the year. It's something that's different, but I want to give it the honor of a place on the list because I think it's a brave thing that Universal tried.
Yeah, and it is not just a ride, and I think that's kind of an interesting thing to put on here. It is an attraction unto itself in a
Yeah.
tourist town. I don't want to give it points off for being in Vegas,
Right.
and Vegas is not as cool as people thought it was going to be post COVID. But
Right.
yeah, I'm totally fine with putting this on the list.
Okay. How about, it got lots of talk. Walt Disney, A Magical Life at Disneyland in California. This is the Walt animatronic.
Does it do anything except have Walt talk to you?
That's it. That's what it does. Yep.
Pass.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay. And,
Yeah,
and
I
this
think
next one too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zootopia, Better Together at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
That's just a screen show, right?
Yeah, 3D screen and some animatronics and stuff. People liked it, but I don't think it had buzz enough to put it on this list necessarily.
No.
As well as the next thing, the test track
That was Toy Story
makeover.
anyway.
Yeah,
but-
that's true. Yeah, the the makeover of Test Track. Also,
People liked this.
Yes.
Everything I read, it was good response. But that doesn't elevate it to being on the list of the best new attraction.
yeah, people
the
still
Test
love
Track
the
makeover.
original, and then
Sure, of
they
course.
did the second one that looked like Tron, and then they're happy that this one is now there because it's closer to the original. So
Mhm.
I think that's good. But again, probably doesn't rise to the level of being on the list here of finalists. But now we get into roller coasters, and I think we're going to have several here of things that. Oh, I'm sorry. There actually is one more here that's not a roller coaster. Twizzlers Twisted Gravity at Hershey Park.
Oh, this is the record-breaking Scream and Swing.
Yes.
That's going to have its record broken next year at Lagoon. So,
Yes. Right. So yeah. So a cool ride. I'm glad Hershey Park has it.
Great,
But,
but
yeah.
it's not so big that it can't get beaten the next year by somebody else. So
Yeah.
it's just cool. It's just good. Why it's the Twizzlers, I don't know. There's no twisting.
Interesting ride
There's
name, right?
literally
Yeah.
no twisting on this ride, and
Right.
they're calling it Twisted. Okay.
Yeah. Unless they had big Twizzlers down the side of the arm, like that's the only thing I could think. But they didn't.
The
do
ride
that.
doesn't
Yeah.
twist, Mike.
It doesn't. It does not. Nope. So let's get through the roller coasters here. I think this
Okay.
is where we could add some. Here's one I'd like to add to the list because this is the one people called me crazy, but I was saying this could be the best new attraction of 2025 at Canada's Wonderland, Alpen Fury.
Yes, I can put this on the list. It won't win, but I'll put it on the list.
I'm surprised people are not with me on this, though. That to me,
I'm with you. I like it. I mean, this is awesome, but I think there's other rides on here that
Yeah,
are more obvious. It might win. It might win. I have not ridden it. It looks awesome. It's got a lot of track. It blasts out of a mountain with a fireball,
Yeah,
like Volcano
yeah.
the Blast Coaster used to.
right.
It's got a lot going for it. Watch those POVs. This thing is really cool.
It's great. It's great. Yeah. So it's still, I think it's got to be at least top 3 for me, but maybe other
Okay,
people
we'll see.
disagree. I don't know. People like what they like. So then there's Georgia Surfer at Six Flags Over Georgia, which
Nope.
I like the concept of it. I don't know if the ride itself lives up to how cool the concept looks. But
No.
I probably keep it off the finalist list here, probably.
Yeah, and I think just the weird execution at Six Flags Over Georgia with repainting it and renaming it and the whole thing, it kind of makes it kind of a weird. There's something weird about it because of that.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. One that I did get to experience, and you can watch me riding it on YouTube if you go to our YouTube channel, is Rapterra at King's Dominion.
Mhm.
I like this ride. When you watch the video of me, you can see that it is a fun ride. A B&M wing coaster that's launched. Yes, it does rattle around a little bit, but I like what King's Dominion did in terms of the theming. It's a fun ride. It's a good replacement. Is it the best new attraction of the year? Maybe some years it would be, but I think there are better rides that got built this year. So I don't know if we put it on the list or not.
No, and I think there's better B&M wing coasters, quite frankly.
I think so too. But I enjoyed it, man. It was fun.
Mhm.
It was fun.
No,
And I like
for
having
sure.
it so close to me. There's also the Big Bad Wolf, the Wolf's Revenge at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Mhm.
Another ride that surprised me that I liked.
Mhm.
Getting there and riding that ride, I was surprised how much fun it was. I want to put it on the list too, but they're just, I don't know. There are other rides.
This is one of the little B&M invert, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's sort
and
of a family B&M invert. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say not to put it on the list just because I think as enthusiasts and as fans, especially for you, with this being your home park, you wanted this to be so much more.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. When they said we're
Mhm.
bringing back the Big Bad Wolf, we're going to rebuild the village. Then when you watch it and it's like, oh, you didn't really. And where's the wolf? And like, you could have done so much more with this, and
Yeah.
you didn't. A
Yeah.
lot of missed opportunity, I think, with bringing back the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah. But it was surprisingly fun. I was not expecting it to be as much fun
No
as
doubt.
it was. Yeah.
No doubt. But does it rise to, the nominee list for the best new attraction? I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. But a good solid addition there.
Yeah.
This is not going to be added to the list too, but I wanted to talk about it. Yeti Trek at Santa's Village in Ontario. It goes along in the same category as the Big Bad Wolf. Just a fun family roller coaster that they built up there. And great for that park. It's really good. So I just wanted to at least mention it on our list here.
Okay. So it's like you're just giving it an honorable mention.
That's right. At least to talk about it. That's just a great attraction that was built this year. I mean, it can't compete with some of these others that we're going to talk about here in a second, but absolutely, it's a cool
This
one.
is for a little park. This is a big addition.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. The scenery is really cool. I'm watching the POV right now with the trees
Yeah.
and the village and the whole thing. I mean,
It's fun.
It's really cool. It's really
It's
cool.
fun. It's fun. I like that parks are still adding these type of roller coasters.
Oh my
Really
gosh,
good.
that fly through the station is so good.
Yeah. It's really
so
great.
good. Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So at Cedar Point, I mean, they had an interesting year because they sort of had two roller coasters open. Top Thrill 2, which technically opened last year. So I don't know if you can make that on the list because it's technically not a 2025 attraction, but it was sort of because it opened for the first time for the full year this year. But then Siren's Curse, which I think Cedar Point did a fantastic job of promoting this roller coaster because it was the roller coaster of 2025, which, most people said, would you ride that? Would you ride that? It just was everywhere. You saw Siren's Curse and the big tilt coaster.
Mhm.
So, I think you got to put it on the list because of that.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't
Both
know.
of
Are
them?
you not both? Not both. I think Siren's Curse you do. You disagree?
I'm okay. So we're gonna keep Top Thrill off. I'm okay with that for sure.
I think so because I think Top Thrill technically debuted in 24.
I agree. They absolutely intended to open it in 24.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't think you can put it on the list with this year, but I think Siren's Curse you can.
And again, talking about execution and things like that, Cedar Point really messed up the last 2 years with what they were doing, right? With Top Thrill 2 and then Siren's Curse going to the wrong park and then shipping it up. And I don't know. I guess it's not the best. It's a gimmick coaster that we have been waiting for.
Yeah. But I
And
think
now
it
it's
also
here.
surprised people. I think it did surprise people with that second half of the roller coaster actually being good. I don't think people
Yes.
were expecting that as much. And I don't know if Circuit Breaker does as good a job as Siren's Curse does.
If you want to put it up there and just to give the Cedar Point fans something to vote for, that's great. I think ultimately we're going to have like a 6-way tie for every Epic Universe.
Yeah, you think? Yeah.
So I'm okay with putting it forward if you feel
All right.
like you have to get the Cedar Point kids.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it and see what happens. I'm curious where it would end up on the list because, in a way, I'm kind of interested to see what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is. Like what the ranking is on these. So
yeah,
I'd like to put it in.
Our nominations, we should be more thoughtful about the idea of splitting votes here.
Yes.
Right. Like I feel like we might be doing that a little bit already with Monsters Unchained and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Right. Two very similar attractions. And now when we get down here, okay. Well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah. It's my plan for getting Alpenfury to win. I think it's just to split the vote.
Right. Just put up a bunch of Epic Universe stuff in Top Thrill 2.
Yes.
Oh, Alpheimer has best.
Yeah.
Yeti Trek. I'm all in with Yeti Trek now.
How about this one at Six Flags Great America? Are you able to pronounce this? I always say it wrong.
Rakshasa.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, the Wrath of
Rakshasa.
at Six Flags Great America. I mean,
the name's dumb.
It's enough to keep it off the list. Yeah,
it is for me.
Yeah,
it is for me. That's stupid.
I didn't hear many people talking about this, and even our listeners. Like, there wasn't. I don't even think we got a trip report from there. Again, cool ride for that park, but does it have a shot at being the best new attraction? And we could put all of these rides into one big list and let everybody vote, but we're really trying to pare it down so that people really sit and think about it.
It's going to be an embarrassment because this ride's not going to get any votes because it's a B&M dive coaster. Again, we've seen plenty of these before.
Yeah,
plenty of these that were better.
Right.
And the record that it broke has already been broken. You know what I mean? Like, this is another one where it's like, you're not even the best in your category. You can't be the best new ride.
What do you think is going to happen next year with the one at Six Flags Over Texas? Tormenta. Do you think that is going to be different? Is it going to be different enough where a year from now we're talking about it? Or will you say the same thing? It's just another dive coaster.
If they can keep the record for the tallest vertical loop.
Okay, yeah. All right.
That's why we'll still talk about it. If it keeps that record, you will say 5 years from now, which roller coaster has the tallest vertical loop, and you'll talk about that coaster.
Yeah. All right.
Right. You're not going to talk about, Six Flags Great America had the tallest B&M coaster for 1 year at 180 feet.
Yeah, right.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. All right. So how about Six Flags Great Adventure, the Flash Vertical Velocity?
I think this is another one that's just a fine roller coaster. It's a great roller coaster for the park, but not the best new ride.
Yeah. Even if we put it on the list, it'll probably get a few votes, but it's not going to surpass some of the others, right?
And only for people who love the Flash. I don't know why people would vote for it. I guess if it was their home park, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Just to put it on the list, Snoopy's Racing Railway at Carowinds. We're not going to put it on the list, but just to talk about it. How about Fire Runner at Lost Island?
A single rail coaster, great for Lost Island. Doesn't have a lot of throughput, but Lost Island doesn't have a lot of people going, so it's a good fit.
Yeah. Last ones here, all at Epic Universe, because they've got 4 roller coasters. I think maybe only one of these is probably going to make it on our list, but let's go through them anyway. The Curse of the Werewolf at Epic Universe.
Now this is interesting. Yeah. What do you put forward here?
People were so-so on this in the same area, also so-so on Minecart Madness. We could talk about both of those, but they're in the park, but I see people not giving those the best reviews.
Well, I can definitely say for Minecart Madness, that was a ride that we've been anticipating on this podcast for nearly 20 years.
Yes, right.
Since the concept was first announced. A cantilevered roller coaster that makes it look like you're jumping tracks.
Yeah.
The execution simply is not there.
Right. I agree.
It does not look or feel like you're jumping track in any way whatsoever. So that's off the list to me.
Yeah, and also the line is so long for that, and the ride cycle time, it's just not moving people through fast enough. So I think that's another problem with that ride. And Curse of the Werewolf, a cool spinning roller coaster, but I think they when they added all those nets to it, it kind of made it weird, and the ride itself is kind of short from what I understand.
Well, and for a roller coaster that's about a wolf, they sure did neuter it. I feel
Yeah,
like
right? Yeah.
the nets are weird. It's slow, I
Yeah,
think,
it's slow.
and really, really watching those POVs, the nets look really bad.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
bad.
Right. Right. And I'm
And
surprised that didn't get discussed early in the design process. Like, hey, we're going to have to put something here to, that they could have done something better, because that really does feel like an afterthought on that ride.
mm-hmm. And I think the launching is unnecessary and adds nothing to the ride,
Yeah.
except to slow it down and make it more boring. There's no storyline really to go
Right.
along with those launches, in my opinion, that makes them worthy. Um, I don't know. It's just too bad. Again, this is one that they could have done better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I feel like a real design contest could have done a Curse of the Werewolf ride better.
I think
A
so too.
listener
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
come up with something better.
Yeah. It seems like a wasted opportunity for a werewolf roller coaster for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they did with Hiccup's wing gliders.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of the ride where the dragon, presses down on a button and sends the roller coaster off. Like, that's inspired. That's cool. And it actually, has some good launches, and it goes a good distance around the land. I really
theming is
like
great.
this.
I think this is the land that is the one that I was least interested in,
Right.
even more than the classic monsters. But the land looks the best and is the most immersive, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
this roller coaster has incredible theming.
Yeah.
That goes along with it. It has
Really
some problem with some nets,
Right.
but
True.
they're
Yeah.
not like the horrible trough nets
Right.
of Curse of the Werewolf. Like Curse of the Werewolf, it's like you're riding flying turns at Knobles.
Yes,
You're
right,
inside
right.
this gutter
Yeah.
the whole time.
You're right. You're right. It is like that.
No,
Here's the
this
problem.
one looks great, and I
Yeah.
love the way that it travels the park. That's the other thing about Hiccup's Wing Gliders. I
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, do you want to put it on the list? Because the last one we're going to talk about here is Stardust Racers, which, if you look in that park and you look at all the roller coasters, you're definitely going to say Stardust Racers is the number one roller coaster there. But I don't know. The Hiccup Wing Glider coaster is just fun.
We should
and
say
cool.
we should do Stardust Racers yellow and green, and then we'll split the vote.
There you go. Yes, depending on which side. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess Stardust Racers we're definitely going to put on the list, because that's probably the clubhouse leader, I think. I mean,
I wonder. It got the most hype.
yes.
It looks amazing. The fact that it's racing goes a long way. We love a racing roller coaster.
Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see if people are still up on it, or if it doesn't glow the way that I wanted it to glow at night. It's had some downtime. People talk about how they put some trims on it, I think, or it's slower than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have theming, right? I mean,
does
there's no
have
real.
has the flux capacitor on it.
Well, yeah, I guess, and the cars look like rockets, but
Yeah.
nothing like some of the other attractions that we've talked about, where there's an immersive experience here.
Sure.
This is just a really, really great racing roller coaster.
Yeah.
And is that enough to be the best new attraction?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you want to
We'll
go
see.
back? Look at what we have so far. So we've got Monsters Unchained,
Uh-huh.
Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry, Universal Horror Unleashed, Alpine Fury, Siren's Curse, and Stardust Racers. I think that's a strong list.
It's a good list. The monsters, the Universal Horror Unleashed, I think, is a weird one to be on there.
You want to pull it? Do you want to pull it? Because it's not really a ride. It's not really an attraction. It's a entire experience. So we can pull it and just say that that's its own thing.
I mean, I would love to have it win, but that's just so not what we typically do with
all right.
the Best New Attraction Awards.
I'm with you to pull it then, and to really just have it be with these rides.
I mean, this is the spirit of the awards, I think, is an attraction put into a park.
Yes.
Not a new thing that's been built. Like,
Okay.
Would you have to say the restaurant is its own attraction, and each of the 4 mazes is an
All right.
attraction?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you wouldn't nominate a whole park.
Sure. That's good thinking. I'm with you on that. That's good.
Disqualified.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, do we keep both dark rides at Epic Universe then? Do we keep Monsters Unchained and Harry Potter? I'd like to think yes, just because they are different. They're different enough.
I have not ridden either of these. I've ridden the other attractions down at Universal, not at Epic, obviously, but the other attractions. And Monsters Unchained is a ride that we have already, right? It's a Kookaroba arm with animatronics and screens. But is it the absolute best iteration of it? Like, did it really up that experience and what that ride system can do?
I would like to say yes, because of how many animatronic they were so.
I would agree.
Yes.
Unlike some of the other things, like we're talking about Big Bad Wolf or Raptera, it's not it's not the best in its category. That is, at least, we have other rides like it, but that is the best example of it so far.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Harry Potter ride has a new ride system altogether.
Right. Both of those rides were very ambitious and taking the next logical step.
And massive in size and scale with that Harry Potter ride. I'm totally happy with Alpine Fury being on there. It might be the dark horse that beats this out. I was talking down on Stardust Racers. So I'm cool with that. Put a highlight on Hiccup's Wing Gliders, Mike. I think we're putting that forward too.
You want to put that forward? Because I think it deserves at least to be on the list, because it's fun and innovative and some real inspired moments.
I'd like to see a nice themed ride on here that is a roller coaster that isn't screens, because I think people might go for that. And Siren's Curse is just there for the Cedar Point fanboys.
There you go, to give them something to vote for. Yeah,
to give them something to vote for. Because it should not win, and if it does, then I will veto that win.
Because in the end, you and I are the ones who decide the winner.
We have been known to go against the listeners.
We have gone against them in the past. Yes. There was one year there was an overwhelming winner, and we were like, no, we're not doing it. Yeah.
Well, this is great. We have a lot to look forward to. You're going to get the poll up, vote.coasterradio.com. So that will be up soon. Next week, we're doing the finals of the Ultimate. In 2 weeks, we will reveal the results of the vote.coasterradio.com for Coaster Radio Best New Attraction of 2025. Lots to look forward to as we wrap up the year.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. And next week, the finals of the Ultimate, so that is going to be great. A lot of drama is going to be there as well. So and some new things we haven't done before with that. So that's coming up.
I do want the listeners to help us design that game. So I know you guys got some ideas. So send them to us, feedback@coasterradio.com.
Yeah.
Or get into the Discord. The Discord's a great place. Lots of conversations, lots of ideas come out of the Discord. We got some active folks in there. It's like the New Form Forum. They were discussing with the New Form Forum where that phrase comes from.
That's right.
Someone was back listening to the archived episodes of the show.
So great.
You're like, what is this forum? I don't understand.
So great.
Then the veteran listeners are explaining it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love that.
And don't forget, if you want to participate in some way or another, we'll let you know. But in the Ultimate next week, as sort of a listener contributor to that, go to coasterradio.com, go to the contact page, enter yourself into our mailing list, and we'll send you an email about how you might get picked to be a part of that and possibly win a prize. So, and that's actually a good thing to be a part of anyway, because we always send out interesting information whenever we do something fun here on the show, and that's where we send things first. So make sure you sign up for the mailing list.
Yeah, and you're not going to get a ton of emails from us.
No.
We're not doing that.
Nope.
but you'll get good emails. So yeah, find the mailing list. It's coasterradio.com. Also, EB's t-shirt shop. You can go in there and buy a shirt. I think we sold a shirt last week, Mike.
Nice.
Few and far between. Somebody's
good.
So yeah, get in there, everybody, and buy a shirt. Do some holiday gift guide shopping. All of that good stuff at coasterradio.com.
Yeah. Lots of good things coming up here in the holidays. And we'll also have the annual telling of A Coaster Boy Christmas.
Oh, wonderful.
That's coming up too. So lots of good things. So
yeah,
we appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate all the support. We appreciate our friends who help us out at patreon.com/Coaster Radio. A ton of perks, ton of bonus content. And like you said, he'd be the Discord. Everybody who is a patron at patreon.com/Coaster Radio gets into the Coaster Radio Discord, where fantastic discussions are happening.
Yeah, so just throw $1, $5, $10, whatever you think the show is worth, and you get into the Discord, but you also get, Mike mentioned, those perks, the bonus content. You get into the Snail Mail Club. There's a birthday club. At the $20 level, we even say your name on the podcast.
Yes, Alex Payne, Brian Wackler, Chris Rankin, Cincinnati Nick, the sweatshirt guy, our friends at Club Z, the two bearded coaster Chris's, CM Venom, Colton Toms, Dino, Grace, John Brody, John Brown, and Josh Combs.
Also, Karen and Lee Howren, Kevin Wilson, Kyle Kiefer, our friends at Made to Thrill, Matt Walker, Nick from Paris, Paulo de los Reyes, Patrick Steinman, Rich Barber, Rick Burnley, Shane Mankiewicz, Tom from Louisville, and Zachary Carpenter.
We also want to thank our friends at Lindner Design Company. They specialize in branding, illustration, and small batch custom apparel. You can find Kyle and all the great people there on Instagram at Lindner_design.
That's right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Cool. There we go.
It eats.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much. We're going to shut down the recording here and shut down the podcast. So thank you for being here, and we will see you next week for the ultimate. Bye-bye.